Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Got a special DVD review for you here today. Gotta head to work, pay those gimmicks they call bills. Got our morning coffee, and today we are reviewing one of my favorites, Eddie Guerrero. It's Viva la Raza, the legacy of Eddie Guerrero. It's a 3-disc set, match comp. Got our background here of WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 22, and No Mercy 2005. All significant events in Eddie's career and going into the Hall of Fame, his last match. I really like this 3-disc set here. Let's take a shot at the side and all that. It's a basic green there with red. There's a shot of Eddie in the lowrider wearing the WWE Championship. Very nice set. Very good matches on here. There's a shot of, Raw after the unfortunate events of Eddie's passing there with Mr. McMahon and the WWE roster at the time. Got a shot of Eddie doing the frog splash, and it's got an arm bar on somebody. And you can see in the background there's a shot of Eddie Guerrero. So, includes bouts from ECW, WCW, and WWE. Classic matches against Rey Mysterio, Ric Flair, Edge, John Cena, Batista, Chris Jericho, Matt and Jeff Hardy, JBL, and many more. And there's a reason why I'm doing this today. It's actually the anniversary of when Eddie first won the WWE Championship, February 15th, 2004, defeating Brock Lesnar there in, I believe it was San Francisco at No Way Out 2004. So take a look at the inside here. It does come with the insert, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. You got, classic shots of Eddie with the lowrider, Eddie on the ropes, drop kick, Eddie and Ray there. John Cena's got a STF on Cena, and the classic Eddie laughing. I've always loved Eddie Guerrero. Probably my favorite Eddie Guerrero stuff would be back in 2000, 2001, where, he was the European champion and the Intercontinental champion. His stuff with China, that was really awesome stuff with Eddie and China there. And he showed so much character at that time. It's really a shame he got released there in late 2000. So there's Eddie with the WWE Championship at I believe, WrestleMania 20. It's such a shame that they'll never show the WrestleMania 20 main event, because that thing was inserted into so much stuff with Eddie and Benoit, the celebration at WrestleMania 20. It was probably one of the greatest WrestleMania moments up to the death of Benoit. So we got the same basic disc art on all 3 discs. It's the same as the cover there. So we'll give you a shot behind the discs. It's various shots from events. We got SummerSlam 2000 there against Val Venus. And if you're new to getting into DVDs and you're not sure if you want to get match comps or documentaries, I would definitely recommend picking this up. It's a great match comp to get yourself into. There's Eddie on top of the steel cage there, SmackDown '04, maybe '05, and the frog splash. Great stuff. Oh man, the stuff I really liked with Eddie was also with him and Chavo, the lie, cheat, and steal stuff there when they first started in 2002. Great stuff. So we'll run down the match listing real quick and wrap this video up. Like I said, if you're new to getting DVDs, I would definitely recommend picking this up for starters. And Rey Mysterio, the Biggest Little Man, is also a great match comp. Especially if you want to see the WCW side of the cruiserweight division. So, Eddie Guerrero there, probably, in his final couple months there with the longer hair. So disc 1 is from Hardcore TV, and we got Vicky Guerrero and various people doing interviews in between the matches. We got Malenko, Jim Ross, Ric Flair, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Malenko again, Chavo Guerrero, Chavo, Vicky, Jericho. Oh, we got Matt Hardy, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Hardy, Edge, Chavo again, John Cena, and that's about it. We also got JBL, Michael Cole. And back to the RVD DVD for a second. They had a thing there about who had the better frog splash with Eddie and Guerrero here. Great stuff. Excuse me. So we start off at Hardcore TV 95. For the ECW World Television Championship, Too Cold Scorpio, great match. And man, I don't know if I'm coming up with a cold or my... My nose is stuffed, guys. Sorry about that. So back to this. Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko. Hostile City Showdown. Starrcade 95. Eddie Guerrero versus Shinoru Otami. A great match here at Hog Wild 96. Eddie Guerrero versus Ric Flair. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Jericho for the U.S. title again. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero on Nitro for the Cruiserweight title. Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko from Starrcade 97. Great stuff here. Disc 2, Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero for the European title. Jericho won it the night before at WrestleMania 2000, and Eddie wins it the next night, starting his Mamacita thing with China, and they had a great run. Eddie Guerrero versus Matt Hardy. Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero, IC title match, Backlash '02. Eddie Guerrero versus Jeff Hardy, Edge versus Eddie Guerrero, Los Guerreros versus Team Angle, This is really, I think this is the best disc 2. Some of my favorite matches here. John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero from SmackDown '03. The famous, Latino Heat parking lot brawl. And then we got Eddie versus Chavo from the Royal Rumble. And Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar winning the championship. Special features do include Los Guerreros vignettes. Moving on to disc 3, guys. I gotta wrap it up quickly and head to work. I know it's very hard to see. I'm not using my usual camera, but Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, SmackDown. Eddie versus JBL championship match at Judgment Day '04. I believe he would lose it the month later at Great American Bash. SmackDown Steel Cage match. Eddie versus JBL again. And we got Eddie versus Kurt Angle from SmackDown '05. Last couple of matches here. Another steel cage match. Wow, Eddie was in a lot of steel cage matches. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. That's that famous match they always show where I believe Eddie did the frog splash off the top. There's been so many great moments with Mysterio and Eddie. And Eddie's final pay-per-view match for the World Heavyweight Championship, No Mercy 2005. Batista versus Eddie Guerrero. Oh man, it's just sad every day I think about Eddie and all the guys who passed. I just watched the Mr. Perfect DVD last night, and it's a great watch, Mr. Perfect DVD. I'll have to review that when I'm finished watching the matches, but it's Viva la Raza, the legacy of Eddie Guerrero. Take some time and subscribe, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.